Do you know what I am? I'm angry. I'm furious. I'm fueled with anger right now. And do you want to know why? Do you want to know why I'm so angry on this lovely freaking Thursday afternoon? Yes, it's afternoon. Had to double check that. It's because the 1998 American Godzilla movie sucks, and it still sucks, and I'm here to tell you why I'm still mad at it, and I'm never gonna let it go. Alright, I'm just gonna start off by saying it's no secret that the 98 Godzilla movie, the Roland Emmerich one, is not a very well-loved movie by both critics and fans alike. Now, recently, I've noticed that there have been a number of Godzilla fans that are kind of coming around to the movie a little bit. Like, there's just a little small section of the community that's kind of like, I actually, watched the movie again recently, and, I don't really get all, the hate about it. It's actually, a pretty fun monster movie. Sure, it has its faults, but it's still, an okay movie. I would watch that on, a Saturday, whatever. It's, actually pretty fun. And I'm just here, really? Really, you just, you claim to be a diehard Godzilla fan, and you like that movie? You're just oh, it's not that bad? Do you forget? Did you forget we're watching the same movie? You're just coming around to oh, it's okay, it's just whatever. No, I will not stand for that. I'm gonna break down the three biggest complaints I have with the movie, and I'd say it's three complaints that I hear all the time, and I'm just gonna kind of quickly run them down and just gotta talk about them, do my thing. So the first one that I hear all the time is the design of Godzilla and how it's terrible, and I totally agree with that. It doesn't look like Godzilla at all. It's very slender, and it's very T-Rexy, and it's like they're trying to get on all the what's it called, Jurassic Park hype at the time, because that was a really big movie in the 90s, same with the second one and all that jazz. So it's clearly they're trying to cash in on that, but I will give them some credits, or just some I'll play the devil's advocate for the filmmakers for a second here. They were probably forced to give Godzilla, they were forced to actually give Godzilla kind of a brand new design. I believe that's one of the things Toho said. They're all right, if you want to make a movie, you kind of got to make your own thing. That's cool, but there's a way to do that, and then there's a way not to do that. And if you look at the 2014 movie, they showed you how to, they're this is how you do it, because that's a new design, but that design's badass. So yeah, it changes. The design isn't just it doesn't look like Godzilla, it doesn't feel like Godzilla. His posture is so hunched over, and it's so it changes his whole, what's the word? Silhouette. Changes his silhouette. Godzilla, look at that guy. You see that? That's Godzilla. He's standing upright, he's tall, he's proud, he's fuck you, I'm Godzilla. And then the other guy's he's all T-Rexy, and it doesn't feel like Godzilla. Simple as that, You gotta have that iconography. That's a big thing missing from the 98 Godzilla movie. That bothers me, but it's still not my biggest complaint. The second complaint that I have, or that I and other people have with the movie, is that he doesn't breathe atomic breath. I mean, he kind of does. He sort of, one scene he blows on, he has this gas out of his mouth, and they ignite some cars and they get on fire, and it's ooh, that's our atomic breath. That don't count. I'm sorry. You can't have Godzilla fart out of his mouth and then have them, ignite cars to be there we go, atomic breath. We're geniuses. No. Sorry, it's stupid. I get what they were trying to do, realism and all that jazz, but it just does not work, and I do not like it, but it's still not my biggest complaint. My biggest issue, this is what grinds my gears, this is what keeps me hating the movie after all these years, and that's that they kill Godzilla with missiles. Oh boy, time for a rant. So, here's why killing Godzilla with missiles is the worst possible thing that's ever happened to Godzilla in the history of anything. In the original 1954 movie, Godzilla, it was a very, very serious, somber Godzilla movie. It was almost like a horror movie, because it was made only 10 years after the atomic bombings of Hiroshima in World War II. And Godzilla was meant to symbolize the atomic bombs. You know, he's a big, unstoppable creature, and missiles and tanks and bullets, nothing could stop him. You know, so his indestructibility wasn't so much, oh, it's cool, but it's metaphorical. It's an allegory. You know, it had a lot of meaning behind it. Obviously, as the movies went on, they became a lot more goofy, so, you know, that's why everyone's like, oh, Godzilla, rubber suit, whatever. So people tend to forget that the original movie and the original intentions of the movie were very, very serious. But even in Godzilla's goofiest times, you know, one of his core traits is that he was unstoppable. And even in the original movie, when they killed him, they had to, like, it was like a scientist, Dr. Serizawa, who invented an oxygen destroyer, which is like a special device that, like, killed Godzilla. But what was significant about that, like, A, it was a made-up device, but B, he sacrificed himself at the end of the movie because he thought the weapon was too powerful, and, you know, he didn't want I think he burned the blueprints, the designs, and he didn't want anyone to recreate it. So it was a very meaningful sacrifice that he did, and there's, you know, it was important. It was good. It was a great movie. And then in 1998, they just, like, he gets trapped on the fucking Brooklyn Bridge and they just shoot him down. Like, it's nothing. Like, could you imagine if in the next Superman movie, if they ever make one, the bad guy just shoots Superman down? He's like, this will stop you, Superman. It's not even a kryptonite bullet, it's just a bullet, and Superman just dies. That'd be stupid. That's what they did with Godzilla. It's stupid. So, yeah, it's just, to this day, that scene really just, I can't forgive that, because it's clear that the filmmakers, they didn't want to make a Godzilla movie, they wanted to make a monster movie, and they slapped Godzilla on just because it was a popular name. You know, still is. Godzilla's one of, if not the most iconic monster of all time, so it makes sense from a money perspective, but still, there was just no respect for Godzilla in that movie. And that's why I can never forgive it. You know, I've got nothing against the filmmakers, I guess. You know, y'all were just trying to make money. Matthew Broderick, you did your best. Hank Azaria, y'all are gems, precious little people. But I'm sorry, it's just, I cannot. I'm still, hate that movie. Hate it with a passion. Can never change my mind. I will be a snob till the day that I die. So thank you for watching this video. I still need to work on ending videos, so go home, unless you are home, which is good for you. Being home is nice. Alright, I'm done. Godzelda signing off. Just like that. Off.